What's up, y'all? It's Alexiana. Welcome back to my channel. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about a topic that I love talking about, and it is dating. And when I'm talking about dating, I'm not talking about just in the LGBTQ community. I'm talking about dating in general, no matter if you gay, straight, bi, whatever the case may be and stuff like that. I'm just talking about dating in general and stuff like that. And in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about, I'm pretty much going to be giving y'all my own personal opinions as for the signs you have to watch out for when dating. And again, this doesn't go for the LGBTQ community. This goes for everybody in general. Gay, straight, bi, whatever. Transgender, whatever. This goes for everybody and their mama. Okay? So, let's get into it. Again, these are just opinions and stuff like that I've wrote down and stuff like that pretty much are the signs that, to me, I think you should look out for. Once again, these are just my opinions. You don't necessarily have to look out for these signs. These are just my opinions as for the signs that I think you should look out for when dating. Okay? So, let's get into it. I wrote down 5 of them. Now, when dating, this had to have been the number one thing that I had wrote down. The number one thing that everybody and their mama, man, woman, gay, straight, transgender, whatever the case may be and stuff like that, the number one thing you have to look out for when dating is scrubs. What's a scrub, you may ask? Well, I think TLC had put it the best. A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine and also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. That's a scrub. Psych now. Let me give y'all my own personal definition of a scrub. A scrub is pretty much a guy or a girl, because females can be scrubs too. It's basically somebody that pretty much wants to depend on you to bring home the bread, pretty much. They want to rely on you. They don't want to get a job. They don't want to do anything with their life. All they want to do is just sit around and depend on you to bring home the bread and stuff like that. Again, this goes for women too. You have guy scrubs and you have female scrubs. And yeah, that's the number one thing you have to look out for and stuff like that, because especially in my case, in the gay community, I hate to say this, but to all the gay men that are watching this video, I'm pretty sure y'all can relate to what I'm about to say. A lot, some, not all, but the majority of them, some DL guys, they tend to use us gay men for money. There, I said it. They tend to use us gay men for money and stuff like that, because in my honest opinion, again, this whole video is 100% my opinion. An opinion is not true or false. It's just what you think. In my honest opinion now, I think that the reason why some DL guys and stuff like that, which stands for down low, by the way, which basically are guys that are gay but that are secret with it, pretty much the closeted men, which people call trade in this generation. But a lot of DL guys and stuff like that tend to use gay men like myself and stuff like that for money, because they feel like, you know, we're pretty much willing to be accepted by anything. We're desperate to be loved and stuff like that, and we'll pretty much put up with anything and stuff like that just to feel love, when in reality, no, dude, that's not the case. Like, I shouldn't have to give you money every time we hang out. And this is a sign not only in the gay community, but in general. Gay, straight, whatever the case may be and stuff like that. If you have a guy or a girl that is constantly asking you for money, that's a red flag. Dump their ass. Because they're only using you for one thing. And let's be honest. Looks don't help pay the bills. Having good D don't help pay the bills. Having good P does not help pay the bills. Like, what helps paying the bills is that magic thing called money. Money. And if you ain't got it, why are you wasting my time? Like, I don't want to come off as a gold digger here and stuff like that, but it's pretty much all about what you got to bring to the table. I mean, if you don't have any money or anything like that, and you're constantly having to rely on me to give you money and stuff like that, and you're pretty much laying around not doing anything, like, you're pretty much obviously out to use me, and you only want me for one thing. And to be quite honest with you, I can do bad all by myself. Like, what do I need you for? You know? Like, you're not about to waste my time. So yeah, that's just about that on that. And like I said, that not only goes for men too, that goes for women. Just like you have men scrubs, you have female scrubs too, because you do have those females that don't want to work and stuff like that, that want to depend on a man to take care of them, when in reality that's not the case. Like, just like a man has to work, you have to work too. Like, reciprocate the same energy. And speaking from a man's perspective, there's nothing. Real men love women that are boss ass bitches. They got their own money, own car, own place, own everything. That way you can reciprocate the same energy, you know? You know, you go to his house, he come to your house. He pick you up sometimes, you go pick him up sometimes. Like, y'all go half on dinner dates and stuff like that. Like, reciprocate the same energy, pretty much. So yeah, that's just about that on number one. Number two, look out for familiar signs. What I mean by that is, if you dated somebody in the past and stuff like that, and you're dating someone new, and you're pretty much recognizing something, and you're pretty much having a sense of deja vu, where you've seen this before, and your new partner is currently doing it and stuff like that, that to me is a red flag. Like, you need to pretty much just cut that person loose before it goes any further, before they eventually tear you down. And when I say for familiar signs, when I say look out for familiar signs, that means, you know, say if they're constantly asking you for money, if they have like if it seems like they have some kind of undiagnosed mental illness, or if they're a drug addict or something like that. Like, basically look out for signs that you have seen before and stuff like that, and clock it before it's too late. Like, remove that person from your life before it's too late, because like I had said, you can do bad all by yourself. Like I had said, like, if you've seen those signs before in one of your previous partners, and the partner that you have currently is doing some of the same things that you've seen before, get rid of that person before it is too late. Because like I had said, you can do bad all by yourself. Number three, if everybody is singing the same song. What I mean by that is, if everybody and their mama is telling you something about this person, every time you turn around, everybody is saying something about this same person. If everybody and their mama is saying the same exact thing about a person, believe them. Because 1,000 people are not going to tell a lie on one person. There has to be some truth to it. And how do I know this? Because I've been through it. I was in a 5-month relationship with a DL guy who we're going to call Travis. I was in a 5-month relationship with him and stuff like that. And every time I turned around and stuff like that, once again, he was a DL guy and stuff like that, which I take full responsibility for this, because honestly, I already knew the signs were there. I already knew he wasn't about shit and stuff like that, because he was a drug addict and stuff like that, and also he was DL and stuff like that. And yeah, like, I should have known that the signs were there and stuff like that, but I chose to ignore them because I was desperate. But hey, you live and you learn. But I said that to say this, like, every time I turned around, everybody and their mama was pretty much telling me the same story about this guy. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. But I ignored them, and yeah, he almost had tore me down and stuff like that, but I got rid of him before it was too late. So yeah, if everybody is telling you the same thing about one person, believe them. Or better yet, if you don't believe them, confront that person about it. Like, hey, like, why are these different people telling me the same thing about you and stuff like that. Like, what gives? Is there some truth to this? And if they deny it and stuff like that, you can choose to believe them, you can choose not to. But if shit eventually goes left and stuff like that, you might want to cut that person loose before it's too late. And I hate to say it and stuff like that, but shit almost had went left between me and Travis and stuff like that. But luckily, I had caught him before it was too late. And like I had said, I had got rid of his ass. So, yeah, there's just that on that. Number 4, watch how they treat their loved ones. Like they say, like how a guy or a girl or whoever, how they treat their loved ones and stuff like that, they always say that's a red flag. Because they say that's a red flag because they could eventually treat you like that. And 9 times out of 10, not all people are like that, but in some situations, like, I would say you have to look out for that, because they say how a guy treats his mom, or how a girl treats their dad, or how a guy or girl treats their family members in general and stuff like that. They say that's a red flag because they could eventually treat you like that. Which, like I had said, in some cases it's true, but in some cases, not all people are like that. But I would say you have to look out for that, because one thing about your family members, they've been around you since you was like this. Like, they know you. And if they're telling your lover and stuff like that, the person that you're in love with, if they're telling your lover things about you and stuff like that, I would take heed to that. And if I have to, I will run for the hills, because you're not finna tear me down. And let alone, you're not about to hurt me, you know? So yeah, like, say if they treat their loved ones like crap and stuff like that, hate to say it, homeboy or homegirl, but you might want to take heed to that, because the tables could turn. They could eventually treat you like that. So, yeah, because like I had said, your loved ones have grown up with you since you were like this. They know you. And let's just say they're telling your lover, the person you're in love with, if they tell your lover things about you and stuff like that, I would take heed to that. Like, if I'm the lover and I'm in love with you and stuff like that, I would take heed to what your family members is saying, and pretty much watch you like a dog. Like, not like a dog, but watch you like a hawk. Because your loved ones aren't just going to tell lies on you. Well, you have them shady ass loved ones that don't give a damn about you, that tell lies on you. But the loved ones that have been there for you since day one, that have your best interest at heart, that pretty much want you to do good with your life and stuff like that, if they tell the person that you're in love with and stuff like that, if they tell them things about, if tell your lover things about you and stuff like that, and you're the lover, I would take heed to that, because they probably don't want that person to get hurt or get into any kind of trouble with them. They pretty much, you know, just want you to be careful, pretty much. So, yeah, that's just about that on that. Number 5, if they constantly make up excuses. And that ties into being a scrub too. But I just want to say this too. Like, if you have a guy or a girl, let's just say, like, let's just say if they a scrub and stuff like that, and they constantly having excuses why they can't find a job, like, oh, ain't no places hiring, or oh, this, that, and the third, or oh, like, I can't find a job or anything like that. Like, ain't no places hiring, this, that, and the third, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. That's a red flag. Cut them loose. Because like I had said, they only want to use you for money or a place to stay and stuff like that. And like I had said, you can do bad all by yourself. Like, because come on now. Truth be told, everybody and their mama hiring these days. And everybody and their mama hiring these days in time. Like, check out these restaurant jobs, for instance. They stay hiring. Like, or go to one of these temp agencies and stuff. They will hook you up with a job just like that. Like, yeah. Like, if they constantly have an excuse for everything, and not only the job thing, but let's just say they have an excuse as to why they can't have sex with you, or if they have an excuse as to why they don't have their license or anything like that, or they have an excuse as to why they can't go out in public with you, I would cut them loose and just be single. Because One thing about it, not only do you not have time for a scrub, you don't have time for a liar either. So, yeah. And I always say this to myself all the time. I would rather you hurt my feelings with the truth rather than impress me with a lie. That's why I've grown to love when people are honest with me. And big shout out to my father if you're watching this video. Big shout out to my father, because one thing about my father, if you know me in real life, if you know my dad and stuff like that, my dad is one of those people that is brutally honest. He may come off as mean and stuff like that, like when he speaks to people, but he's not mean. He's just honest. And people that are honest, it's like they're being mean, but they're not being mean and stuff like that. Like, they pretty much tell you things to try to help you better yourself. And that's the type of person my father is. He'll tell you like it is in hopes of you bettering yourself, taking heed to what he's saying so you can better yourself in the long run. That's the type of person my father is. And he's the type of person that's brutally honest. And when he tells me things and stuff like that, I act like I don't listen to him, but deep down inside, I do. And he's been like that ever since I was a kid and stuff like that. And that's why I've grown to love when people are brutally honest with me, because hurt my feelings. Hurt my feelings. Take every shot at me that you want. Hurt my feelings, because I would rather you hurt my feelings with the truth and I take heed to it versus you lying to me. Because when you lie to me and I eventually find out the truth, all hell is going to break loose. So yeah, like I said, I'd rather you hurt my feelings with the truth rather than impress me with a lie. So, yeah. That's just about it for this video. I hope I made sense. I felt like I was rambling. But like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to insert my social media handles over here as well in the description box down below. So feel free to add and follow me on those. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications, because if you don't, what's the point? Anyways, peace out.